Hello everyone, Sigler here, Bork Chef, you can call me whatever you'd like. So today I wanted to talk about Mist of Pandaria, because it's around the corner. It's not around the corner, it's probably a few months left, but I think it will probably be like in June or July or something, and I'm really looking forward to it. And a lot of you people know that my favorite tank of all time is Monk, but the thing is, it actually has a kind of a rival, so to speak, because the way I like to play the game is to farm gold, do like huge AoE pulls and everything. And sure, Monk is very strong with doing that, with the kiting aspect and everything. Sure, they're very their movement ability is very high, and you can go through old dungeons pretty quickly and stuff like that. But it actually has a rival, and it's pretty much like it's like one ability from the warrior in the talent tree that makes it rival it very much for me personally, because it works in all specs. So if I'm gonna do a dungeon or like gold farm or anything, this is one thing that is actually like rivaling it so much, and I actually think that warrior might be a better pick than Monk. I know that Monk has like huge AoE, they really do, but I think warrior with just this talent has way more survivability, and I'm gonna discuss it. And here I am on, I'm gonna link in the description below to the this website over here. So we have all the like classes and everything, and we have the the specialization and everything, and we have the talent tree. And the thing is that I think that is gonna be really overpowered if you're doing it correctly, is if you stack as much health as you humanly can, and probably like tank gear and stuff like that, because I don't think it's gonna matter. But the reason is because you will never have to stop by doing this, and you will have big damage in MoP and old dungeons and everything, and whatever aspect you're trying to farm gold in Mist of Pandaria. And it is actually this ability right here, which says whenever you're below 35% health, you generate 3% health per second. And 3% can be quite a lot, like it's every second. And like that can be very much, because the more health you have, the more it's gonna heal. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of like old dungeons that you can farm for gold, you can even do it like Cataclysm dungeons, normals, and just farm them for gold, because you pretty much can't die if you have this. And a lot of places like old... What happened to the background music? Oh, there we go. So like a lot of old dungeons and stuff like that, you can farm an AoE. You can learn how much you can pull in there without having to stop, because it will heal you for like a lot of damage. And it has so much potential, because if we look into the freaking tree, like the first row, and I think it mostly depends like on what you want to play. I'm pretty certain that maybe Arms or Fury might be the best choice, actually. And I think actually Arms on top of it, because your Thunderclap hits for 50% additional damage and applies Deep Wounds. And Deep Wounds is a dot. So I think that Arms might be the best pick if you're gonna do this, because you're gonna do more damage and everything. Sure, I mean, you have other things here. I mean, you could like have a block build or something like that, sure. But it's just, this is something that I'm gonna look into, because I might actually go with Warrior in Cataclysm. It's not the best pick, I know that. I know, like, according to old forums and everything, it looks like Guardian Druid, well, like the tank Druid, is gonna be the best tank. Just because of, like, mechanics and some bosses, like, even if, according to my understanding, even if you have, like, avoidance, there's still a chance that you actually, like, you actually can be critical hit, which is bad. And that's where the Druid actually shines, because it has so much armor, so much health, and stuff like that. But I actually think that this could be the best, one of the best, like, gold farming specs. Sure, you might have mage and, like, something similar, or warlock, but I mean, like, if you're gonna play a tank and you want to be able to farm gold, I think warrior is a very great pick. I mean, it's not like Death Knight is gonna be bad or anything. Like, you have the AoE grip, the Gore Fiend's Grasp that we're gonna get on level 90, which is insane. And I mean, the new mastery is like you're getting an absorb shield. Sure, that is also nice. But I still think that warrior, I rather play warrior this time, because I played a DK back then, but I never played a warrior. I had a warrior at the end of, like, at the end, I think, because I used it to gold farm. I remember that, because this freaking talent. And if I would play this and I'm gonna, like, farm gold, what? I don't understand what happens to the music. What the hell? Why does it stop? That's just weird. But I mean, if I'm gonna play it, I would most likely do, like, I don't know, maybe like double time, just so I can move around faster. And then I'm gonna second wind, obviously. And then we got the piercing howl, which is a AoE slow. So if you're in a dungeon or, like, AoE farming and stuff like that, you can actually use this ability. The 100 rage doesn't, it always says like that for some reason. But you could pick this one and slow them so you're not getting hit as much, just so you're able to, like, pull more in dungeons. And then after that, you can, like, pick and choose whatever you'd like, really. I mean, I know that a very popular thing is popping first Bloodbath, which is making, for the next 12 seconds, causing your melee special attacks to deal an additional 30% damage as bleed over 6 seconds. While bleeding, the target moves at 50% reduced speed. Well, I mean, it's just an extra dot, because I remember back in the day, you picked Bloodbath, and then you picked Dragon Roar, because then you get the maximum effect, because Dragon Roar always critical strikes, and it ignores all armor on target. And that is huge. You can make a macro where you pop this and then this. So that way you're getting this one as a maximum. And that's why I think it's gonna be the best to actually use this, because then you can probably make, like, first Bloodbath, Dragon Roar, Thunderclap, and then everything is pretty much gonna die. And after that you can do Whirlwind. And I think that's gonna be really, really nice to do when you're AoE farming. And over here you can use Mass Spell Reflect or something if you're, I think, like, if you're gonna gold farm, I think that the Mass Spell Reflect could be nice, because in some dungeons there might be a few casters. Not that there are gonna be any problem, because if you're in a dungeon and you're AoE farming, you're actually supposed to, you are really supposed to LOS the targets. So that's why I think the Arms Warrior, if you're gonna play, if you're gonna gold farm, I mean, if you're planning to play a tank and you want to be able to, like, farm gold efficiently, I think this is a very good strategy to do it. Keep in mind though that Warrior, according to old forums, is said to be a little bit squishy, but I've seen old videos of the Heart of Fear, I think it's called, the second raid, and there's videos of Kungen. Everyone should know who Kungen is. He was playing back then in I think they reformed Nihilum at that point, but he was doing so much damage and he was tanking it. It was so good, and I kept remembering that it looks actually kind of nice, and the challenge mode gear looks very nice on Warrior as well. But yeah, it's just a little short video. Well, it's like 10 minutes. But I actually think this is the reason why I think I might actually level a warrior first before monk. Because the monk, I'm going to have to start from level 1 when I'm leveling it. So that's why I might actually go warrior first, because I already have an 85 warrior that I can go from the get-go. And I might actually AoE farm all the way up. It depends on how much experience per hour you get. So yeah, but sure, some songs I'm pretty certain that you have to do because there's like layerings and stuff. But at the start, everyone is gonna try to rush, and if you're able to like skin, there is skinning farms that you can do. The problem, though, is that there might be other people doing it, but it is what it is. But I'm like I'm saying, most likely I'm actually gonna play a warrior for Mr. Pandaria, just for starters. Because yeah, and there is a little trick that you can do. I'm pretty sure you can, because you could back in the day. I'm gonna try look it up, and if I find it, I'm gonna covering it. It's a little trick that you can do for the launch, because there's a specific like quest in Jade Forest that you can pick up. Like you can quest to a certain point, and then you stop questing, because there's a specific place you can stay at and just AoE farm for like forever. But if you finished it, there's no going back in the day. And I don't remember his name, but he was a warlock back in the day, and he was like AoE farming like crazy over there. But yeah, that's just a video of how I'm most likely gonna play in Mist of Pandaria at the launch. It's a little bit early because we're not even having a Dragon Soul yet, but that is the reason why I might actually like try to get as much gear as possible in whenever Dragon Soul come out. I'm not gonna do the raid in normal or anything, but I might do the LFR just for set bonuses and some trinkets, just so the leveling experience in MoP could be a little bit better. But yeah, if you click on any videos, well, over here, I guess, because I'm up here now. But if you click on any of the videos, you will see a video from me from the past. And if you like this, subscribe, like, share. And I hope to see you in the future in the next video. Until next time. Bork Bork!